y'all. Salute to all the members on Patreon. Salute to all the subscribers. Salute to all the family and friends, my nigga. Hey, we got a good show lined up. One more time. We doing it on Patreon one more time, my nigga. You know we had to switch up the game. It's time we switch our style up, you feel me? We got a good show called Truth versus Lies. And we're looking at the thumbnail from a third eye point of view, not a bird eye point of view, my nigga. Not a bird eye. From a third eye, my nigga. From a third eye, my nigga. And once again, I'm Blackjack. Hit the like, subscribe, share the video. We got the cash up at the top of the screen. Cash.app/$ House of Cons. Yeah, we trying to do it for the real, strictly for my Nagas and the stronghold of the Naga. We looking at the thumbnail, third eye point of view. We see the American Indians at the top of the screen. And we see the so-called Native Americans at the bottom of the screen. Truth versus lies. Which is real and which is pretend, my Naga. We see they dress the same way, my Naga. Hey, Tribal Earn Jordan in the house. Tribal salute, boom, shot. Hey, the Patreon, the cons putting up in the house. Salute to the Most High, my Naga. Salute to the real. Earn Jordan been riding with us for a long time. And we got the American Indians at the top. You know, we at the top, like the top of the mountain, my Naga. We got the Nagas at the top. You know, Indios, straight up Naga. Then at the bottom, we got the so-called Native Americans. You know, the real versus the pretend, the truth versus the lies. Who's the real, who's the fake? I think we know. But both of these depictions tell a very telling tale. They pretty much dress the same. Everybody got on loincloths, right? We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at the historical evidence. Let's get right into it. I got this little article we're gonna read from, that this picture come from. Well, this picture is on one of many articles. Actually, that picture you can find on one of many articles. And let me put it up one more time to blow it up. See if I can put it up one more time to blow it up. We can get one more look at it real quick. Let me see. Yeah, my computer wanna act funny sometimes, y'all, but let me get it correct. Alright. Acting funny lately, not sometimes. I know y'all say Blackjack, you be tripping. Yeah, man. Yeah, we on the Patreon right now, man. Y'all know we had to switch it up, man, cause Nagas be on some other shit, man. I feel like it's time to switch the style up, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with switching the style up sometimes, but we taking a closer look, we zooming in. We looking at the historical correctness of what we see. We see these Nagas got on pearls, Naga got on loincloth, Naga got on the lead bands. All this historical indigenous American culture. That Naga got a brim on. He got a shotgun too. That Naga here, got a powder that they done talked about. These Nagas look fresh up here. I must say, man, and everybody in good shape, in good health. Everybody look blessed. They robust. They look very healthy, right? But at the bottom of the screen, man, look at this, man.
You big dummy.
They're not even in shape, man. Come on, man. Look. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll it up, man. Look at the so-called Native American. Look at all that back fat, you know what I'm saying? Look at all that, this big bacon back, you know what I'm saying? Look at him. Look, man. Let me see if I can blow it up where y'all can see it. Let me see them stroll the Native Americans up by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And pull the real Nagas out the way. Look, man. Who y'all think will win in the fight? You know what I'm saying? Well, I already know the answer. You know what I'm saying? In a fight, in a war, I already know who will win in basketball, in football. I already know who the most intelligent, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Who shoot the best? Yeah, not these people. The people upstairs, you know what I'm saying? The people upstairs, you know what I'm saying? These are the people under the stairs, you know what I'm saying? Look at these people, man. Look at their body shape, man. Come on, man. And it's so fake and phony, man. All right, man. We finna get into where the real picture come from now, man. I'm tired of the pretend. Y'all, am I the only one tired of the pretenders? Is it just me? Am I the only one getting sick? I'm just utterly disgusted and tired of the pretendians, you know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of the Nagas that be swaying we from somewhere. I'm tired of Nagas. That's why we on Patreon right now. I'm tired of all the bush. Y'all don't see a lot of the flack and the pushback that I be getting, because I be done got rid of it before y'all even see it. I might screenshot something. I might screenshot the hate every now and then and put them on blast. But that ain't even half the hate that comes to the House of Cards. I'm quite sure they've been flagging us for a long time. That's why I had to hide my videos. I don't know whether they might pull one out and flag it. YouTube might be like, yeah, this one will work. So I put everything in, and this, we're gonna rock off the Patreon for a little while. We'll let these knockers vent, let these knockers think about it. We'll let them go learn on their own. Yeah. I might get them a little 2-minute piece or something, but I ain't, man. Let them go learn. It's other people doing this content. Let's see what they learn elsewhere. Let's see if they miss me. I might give them 6 months without me, for real. They don't know what kind of dude I am, y'all. They really don't know what kind of dude they're dealing with. Slave rebellion. I mean, we got 8 people on the Patreon. We can't even get 30. I mean, we got 8 real knockers on the Patreon. We got 8 real knockers. We can't even get 30 knockers on the Patreon, y'all. We can't even get $35 ass knockers.
Sick your $5 ass down.
These knockers, JJ in the house, tribe up, salute. Hey, I need you in the Naga, JJ. A Naga is a priest king. You know what I'm saying? A Naga is a serpent king. A Naga is the plume serpent. I don't really stand on Niji. I mean, I understand some other people they standing, and I ain't mad at them for that. But I mean, we need you. I ain't really dug into need you and all that. They say it mean friends and all that, but I don't, fiends or whatever. But I ain't on that. I'm on the priest king. See, Khan and Naga and Negus, all that's saying the same thing. When you say Khan, you saying Naga. When you say Naga, you saying Negus. You saying Negus. But you're not saying need you when you say that. Need you don't mean Negus or Negus, and need you don't mean Naga. Need you don't mean Khan either. So I mean, each his own. I ain't mad at him. You know, it's all good. But salute to all the members and all the Patreon folks out there. That's all we rock with right now. Ain't nothing but however many members that show up and however many people on the Patreon show up. Ain't nobody else got the link on this. So we rocking out in the inner circle right now. Slave Rebellion leader Boney. Y'all ever heard of Boney? We rocking back in Suriname, I'm rocking back in Suriname for a reason. Y'all know that I like to dwell in Suriname a lot, but because Suriname is quite the curiosity. When you read about the Bush Negroes in Suriname, the so-called Bush Negroes, right? The Juga tribe, the Bush Negus, right? They say one thing they say about them, say their forefathers were among the many slaves who escaped soon after their arrival on these shores. They claim some of them shipwrecked and got out the ship and ran in the woods and couldn't be found again, never to be seen again, and went to war with them, right? Well, my question is why they ain't still speaking their African languages? If it was many of them that escaped soon after arrival, they would have no need to learn a new language, right? There's many of them that speak their own language. They can communicate with each other, right? They would have no need to learn the colonizer language or the indigenous people languages if they were truly Africans. But we know that's fictitious, right? We know that's fictitious. We just wanted to point that out. And speaking of the Juka, that's what we about to read about Boney. Slave Rebellion leader Boney of Suriname, Lucas. In Suriname, Boney is the most famous slave rebel leader. Like I said, they call the slave. I don't believe they were ever slaves, bro. I don't believe they were ever slaves, Managa. I believe they was indigenous people that they tried to enslave. Because we know the history tells us the colonizer and other Indian tribes, or so-called Native Americans like the ones on the bottom, they was trying to enslave and sell the real knockers. They said Indians tried to enslave other Indians and sell them, and then to Europeans, and Europeans themselves enslaved Indians. So who y'all think it was? The Juka. People like that was never slaves, that they tried to enslave. They couldn't have been slaves that came from Africa. They dressed nothing like Africans. They dressed like Aztecs and Mayans. You can look at the murals in Bonaparte or any Aztec and Maya mural. You see they dress the same way. These are indigenous peoples. So every time they say a slave rebel, I always look at past that. It just was some kind of chief. Boney was a chief. Boney had to be an Indian chief. He wasn't no slave rebel leader. He was never slave. The Juka was never slaves. They didn't come from Africa. All those are, if they gonna lie about them coming from, see, the lie about them coming from Africa go hand in hand with the lie about them being slaves, y'all. The colonizers rolling up on our land, and they monk ass was indentured slaves, and they say, oh, there go some niggas. They gotta be slaves from Africa, knowing damn well they didn't bring them here. So if they gonna lie about free Negroes running around, being from somewhere else, what make you think they won't lie about it here once again and keep lying and keep reinforcing their lie? Rebel slave leader. They was never slaves. They got no proof these people was ever slaves. No proof. What, I'm white and I said so? And that's the first thing they gonna tell you is that, oh man, there's plenty documented evidence. It ain't no plenty documented evidence. Where's all the documented evidence? How come we got the documented evidence? How come we got all the documented evidence? It's plenty. They want to say, you know what they want to claim as documented evidence when they see a book call these people slave rebel leaders. See, that's the documentation right there. Nope, that's not documentation. What slave plantation? What part of Africa he came from? What ship he came on for Africa? Who brought him here? What year they got brought here? You see? Hearsay is not overwhelming evidence, not plenty of evidence in Suriname. Just because in Suriname somebody said it was a slave rebel, this is their interpretation of history. They not, the person that wrote this article, they not seeing these Aztecs. They seeing black, seeing and making a racist statement of Africa. Say, please note that the Boney War was going on after the Juka and Samaka already made peace treaties with the Dutch colonials. See, they already had done whooped the Dutch. The Dutch made peace with them. They didn't make peace with the Dutch. The Dutch made peace with them. And let's connect another dot. We talk about the Juka and the Samaka. The Samaka, these are not African words, my nigga. They escaped soon after the arrival, huh? I guess they'll still be dressing like Africans then. Why they are not though? Why they are not? The Samaka. You know what the word Samaka remind me of, y'all? The Samaka remind me of the word Samara. You know, the word that maroon come from. You know the word that maroon come from, Samara. The maroon Cimarron come from Samara, Taino word meaning arrow, signifying the ongoing action of flight of an arrow. Indigenous American, indigenous Indian word Samara. That's what the Samaka remind me of when I read about the Juka and the Samaka. You take an A out and you take that K out and put an R. You got Samara. They want to call you Cimarrons and Maroons. They don't know people like me. I'm like Inspector Gadget around here. I be connecting dots in my sleep. And they don't know I got a mischievous eye. I got a mischievous eye that don't miss nothing. My knock on my eye, see everything. I don't miss nothing. I don't miss nothing, my knock. I'm always looking for clues, even when I ain't looking for clues. Boney was the leader of a group of several small so-called maroon tribes, which we know today are the Aluku. The Aluku now live for the most part in St. Laurent, Guyane border town of Suriname along the Marawine River. Moroni and French. Man, I want to go on the Marawine River. Man, I want to take my boat now. I be seeing them when they colorful boats. Man, the Juka Nagas so colorful. I love these Nagas for real, man. I love the Juka tribe, man. The Samaka. They so colorful with their boats. We were looking at their boats and stuff on the last Patreon live stream. And boy, I was in love, man. Those boats is beautiful. I'm an artist, so like, I got an eye for that kind of stuff. It's, some maroon warriors, according to a sketch from the period. John Gabriel Stedman, sketch from the period. So who are the real indigenous people? This is a sketch from the period, Managa. In 1800s or so. Who are the real indigenous people? I think we know. I'm answering the question rhetorically. I ain't serious answering the question. To ask the question is to answer it. We know who the real indigenous people is. The Luca did not sign a peace treaty with the colonials, despite several attempts by the Dutch colonists. The colonists was begging for peace until pretty much the emancipation of slavery. They said, no, we ain't signing. They said, y'all ain't gonna enslave us, but y'all clear that shit out. We ain't having peace with y'all. We going to war with y'all. And these niggas, these niggas was not slaves. See, if they slaves, how they ask for a peace treaty? How you gonna capture somebody that you can't even defeat, huh? You capture them out of Africa, but you can't even defeat them here on the turf? You're lying. You ain't capture them out of nowhere. You never captured them. You couldn't capture them. The main reason the story of Boney stands out is because it is the most well documented. Oh, it's well documented, huh? See how everything that happens here is well documented. But why is that trip from Africa not well documented? Why is that place from Africa not well documented? Why is that date and time not well documented? Why the slave ship ain't well documented? The most well documented account of the Suriname slave revolts, indigenous people revolts, thanks to the writings. Because who else would be revolting in America but the Indians, right? Didn't they take the land from the Indians? They ain't in America taking lands from Africans, right? They taking lands from American Indians. So who else would be revolting? Thanks to the writing from that period of John Gabriel Stedman. Yeah, I got John Gabriel Stedman book, The Revolted Negroes of Suriname. I got that book. And we ain't even dug into that book. I bought that book a while back. Thanks to the support from the members and the people that be tribing up on Cash App. Because people don't understand, like, I ain't just on here asking for Cash App and support to pay my bills. My bills is paid. You niggas don't know. I'm asking y'all to help me fund all this research I be doing. I'm coming out my pocket a lot of times for this stuff, these books that I read from. Y'all think I just like putting this out of thin air? Nope, I'm paying for it. Like, so I don't mind asking for contributions. And like all them people that can't con up and become a channel member, or they can't con up and get on the Patreon, well, if they can't pay for the research, why should I pay for it and share it with them? You understand what I'm saying? Y'all hit me in the chat. Let me know if y'all know where I'm coming from. I'm saying, I ain't even trying to be hard on the tribe, but sometimes you gotta be hard on the tribe. I ain't gonna let them treat me like less than a $5 hoe. Or they can go watch all the other Indian content creators. See if they learn what we learn. We'll see. It's the main reason the story of Boney stands out is because it is the most well documented account. It's better documented than any slave ship from Africa or any of that shit, or the Suriname slave revolts, thanks to the writings from the period of John Gabriel Stedman, who was hired as one of hundreds of soldiers from Europe to fight Boney. He was a colonizer. They hired a colonizer soldier from Europe to fight Boney and the Juka tribe. Where do you think the Juka tribe from? It must be noted that the Samaka and Juka, among others, fought very successfully as well. If they fought so successfully, how did they so-called get enslaved and captured if they came from Africa? All these are lies. They fought very well because you couldn't enslave them. They were indigenous peoples. Your out of Africa lies over. The accounts of those battles is not well documented. Oh, now it's getting fuzzy again, huh? What is known is that they used the similar strategies as Boney, and it's likely that the Aluku learned those strategies from the other rebel warriors. There are several variations of how Boney got his start. I will stick the version that is supported by Maroons themselves. Hey, matter of fact, if y'all want to know where we're reading from, let me tell y'all now. Because when I clip some of this and put it on the public, I ain't showing no more sources in the public, man. I'm finna do the public dirty. They gonna ask me, hey, where you get that from? What book you find it? Hey, I'm a Naga and I said so. Don't worry about where I got it from. Take your punk ass to the library. If they ain't supporting the house, they not getting no sources. But y'all can get the sources. It's on the Suriname so-called African heritage, history, and culture. See, and I hate the fact that they try to give this is disrespect to our ancestors. Our ancestors turning over their grave when a clown-ass website like this try to hijack and give our successful military victories to some damn booty scratchers that ain't fought for shit. You know, they need to cut that out. Tell the truth. These indigenous cons. Don't give a Grenade. Don't give a Grenade and a Juke and all the indigenous cons. Don't give our credit for defeating the colonizers to no Africans when the Africans over here working with the colonizers, opening up shell stations in the hood near you. You know what I'm saying? Got rat doodle all on the chip shell. You know what I'm saying? Them people ain't our people. Say we ain't signing no peace treaties. They signing treaties and stuff, not us. Say it must be told, among others, fought very successfully as well. Rebel warriors, man. There are several variations how Boney got it started. Look at that. Several variations. See, now you know they lying. See, anytime it's several, it's several versions. See, somebody inserted lies. They trying to cover up the fact that these indigenous people and the fact that Boney was most likely a chief. Several versions of variations, several lies. How Boney got his start. I will stick to the version that is supported by Maroons themselves. Salute, tribe up. Take it from the Maroons. All right, it say Boney's mother was being used by her master for his personal pleasure. Eventually she became pregnant, and when it started to show, her master's wife made no idle threat that she would punish her real good. This was a no-win situation for her. I don't know if I believe this already. This sounds like a familiar story that they tell over and over. They're trying to say, oh, the slave master raped them. This is old bullshit story. And they already started off saying there are several lies and variations. Then they gonna tell us they want to take it from the Maroons themselves. I don't believe it. They didn't get this from. They want us to believe it. That's why they said it's supported by the Maroons themselves. That's a hijack. Y'all see what they did? They tried to get us to believe it real quick. They almost had us. They almost had me. Till they came with the same old shipwreck story, the same old slave master raping the black slave woman story, the same bullshit. They had me for a minute talking about Boney's mother. Hijack. She made the only decision that she knew how to make, which was to flee rather than face. Oh, she pregnant, running through the woods, hopping over thorns, tripping over bushes, and she 8 months pregnant, huh? But she running the 4.2 and the 40, huh? And you know the slaves was eating real good, right?
You big dummy.
All right, man. Let's read the lies, y'all. Let's just go on and get through it. Y'all see how easy it is to tell a lie? Rather than face possible cruel death of her and her unborn at the hands of her master's wife, Becky. According to Maroon legend, she was guided through the jungle, which was unfamiliar to her by a spirit. See? Oh, man. Alright, man. Alright. Okay, man. We reading fiction now. After days of being on the run, she reached a river in which she almost drowned from exhaustion. She ran a 4.240 for 40 miles, and she reached the river, and she was fine till she got to that river. Then she almost drowned, huh? And had it not been for the help of a small group of Maroons who were fishing in the area, the Juke happened to be on the boats, huh? I mean, I could write a better story than this, man. I could do. Y'all know I like to tell stories. Hey, y'all be like when I be storytelling in the live stream. See, y'all know I'm indigenous Pookie. I'm kind of different. I'm kind of different from the other Indian content creators, man. Y'all know I get in storytelling mode. I try to have a little fun with this, I ain't scared of, sticks and stones, bad words don't break my bones, man. We be reading about niggas and stuff. Everybody else be scared. We be saying racial slurs. They be so scared. We be doing a lot of stuff they don't do. But I like to get in story mode. This goofy little story. They say she explained her story to them. How she was led by a power she never felt before. That the Holy Ghost directed her to the place that she had immaculate conception. This was the Mother Mary. Was this Mary? The place where she almost drowned. They accepted her in the community. They're her bastard child. And this is where Boney grew up. Man, I don't believe this, man. This bullshit, man. I'm done with this Boney mama story, man. Let's get the They was on some bullshit, man. This is crazy. So Boney grew up as a free man and early on showed real strong leadership skills as he joined the group in their many attacks on the plantation. Eventually, they all recognized him as the leader. He became the most feared Maroon warrior in the Dutch colony. Fort Boko. Fort Boko. That gotta be an indigenous word, right? Boko. But it sound like Bosco. That knock out there. Y'all know y'all be watching Bosco out there in the West Coast. Bosco crazy as hell. That knock kind of funny though. He another indigenous Pookie. You know what I'm saying? I support all indigenous Pookies. Hey, shout out to Famous Richard. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go sample me some Famous Richard shit, man. I gotta get Famous Richard on my soundboard. On BD. You know what I'm saying? On King David. Hey. It's a Fort Bosco. One of the most revered stories about Boney was the story about the fortress Fort Bosco or Boko. Fort Buku. Oh, Fort Buku. I'm saying it wrong. Fort Buku. They said I got Buku bread over there. Fort Buku. See. All right. I know, man. I know I be bringing the new 5, man. I ain't even bragging, but I'm just saying, bro, cause I be buying shit. I be downloading and buying information and shit. These knockers don't be bringing nothing new. They be getting on their live stream talking about bullshit for like 2.5 hours. I be watching some of these other Indian creators. Then they talk about the same stuff over and over. I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna clown nobody. But I know I be bringing more new heat than them. Hey, hit me in the chat. Let me know if you ever heard of Fort Buku. I ain't never heard of Fort Buku. I'm gonna be honest. I read this. I read this yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I started to put it on the other line, but I said, nah, I'm gonna hold it down because that's something new. I say Fort Buku. I said, I ain't never heard of Fort Buku. Hit me in the chat. You ever heard of Fort Buku? Is any one of these other Indian content creators told you about Fort Buku? Nope. The name Buku means dust. See, we gonna know what it means before they even know about it. Signifying the maroon motto. We got the maroon motto, my nigga. Rather dead than slave.
You big dummy.
Hey, try boy, let that marinate, my nigga. Get Buku in this bitch, my nigga. We Buku over here, my nigga. We ain't on that other shit, my nigga. We Buku over here. Hey, when we go on the public live stream and I say let's get Buku, don't tell nobody what it means. If you Patreon or you members only and you know what Buku mean, keep that shit. That's code talk for us. That's for the inner circle right there. When I say matter of fact, when I say I'm about to get Buku, y'all know I'm talking to the Patreon and I'm talking to members only. And we about to do something that ain't for the public. I say get Buku. These knockers don't even know what Buku mean. Any other, I bet go ask all the other go ask the big Indian content creators. All the big, that's the biggest names. Do they know what Buku mean? I bet they say nope. And we'll tell them it means dust, signifying the maroon motto, my nigga, the indigenous con motto, rather dead than a slave. They was never slaves.
You big dummy.
Boom shakalaka! Now be fooling around, I tell the truth. Nothing secret.
Nothing secret, my nigga. Well, I'd rather turn to dust. Rather dead than a slave. They say I'd rather turn to dust. I'd rather go Buku. Like the niggas in Montgomery, Alabama at the boat round. The niggas went Buku. You see the penalty for a maroon was death by burning. Okay? Burn me then, motherfucker. You gonna get burned. See, they was highly successful. So-called maroons were highly successful. They war battles. Like, that's just a threat. You talking about the penalty burning. Well, come get me then. Let's see who get burned. Fort Buku was a fortress built by Boney and his men in an area of the Kotika River. Hey, let's see if we can find Fort Buku. Hey, let's see if we can find Fort Buku, man. They better not show me no star for it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what Fort Buku look like, man. Oh, it pulled up and I ain't even got to type it all the way in for real. Withdrawn from the swamp. Let's go to the images. Hey, these other knockers can't niggas can't fuck with us. Fort Boko, the impenetrable fort. I knew it. I knew it. Star Fort or something. I knew it. I knew it. This is the book I got. I ain't even read all the book yet. I done read some of it, but I ain't pulled up Fort Boko yet. Fort Buku. They can't fuck with House of Cons for real, y'all. I don't care who they is. They ain't researching. I was dwelling on bullshit. Fort Buku, Monaga. Nah, bro. We just connect the dots, find the new stuff. We find the new stuff. I know this gotta be worth $5 a month. All this content I be dropping. I drop more new shit than cable, man. Cable TV don't even drop new shit like I drop. I drop more footage than the NFL. I can't even tribe up on $5 a month. That's sad for real. That's sad. It say fortress built by Boney in the area of the Kotika River. The Kotika, what that sound like? It was built in the middle of a swamp on an island and was very hard to attack. Stronghold of the Naga, very hard to attack. This technique of building a fortress in the middle of a swamp was used before by other Marines, according to history. See, indigenous culture. They going in the mountains and in the swamp and saying, "Come get me." Just like the Seminoles, the Shimanoles. The fortress was made completely out of wood. The outside wall was made of thick wooden palisades. This was Boney's command post where he would launch his attacks on the plantations. His ammunition was also housed here. They said they come and stealing our indigenous cons, we gonna go get them back. His ammunition was also housed here, which included guns and pistols and cannons. See, in history, they want to tell you slaves just was escaping. They didn't tell you indigenous cons was coming and getting them on military efforts. They didn't tell you they was running up on the plantations, huh? Why they don't teach you that? Because they don't want you to know it's indigenous people. They want you to think a slave ship crashed from Africa like that shit, like that cartoon. And everybody got off and ran. Like a bunch of roaches. I'm finna do some animation, man. I'm finna get back on my animation shit. I'm finna do a stick man slave ship with a one colonizer with a whip on that bitch coming from Africa. That bitch gonna crash in the shore, and I'm gonna make this shit fun. I'm gonna make all the little black ass stick figure noggers get off and run. They gonna get off and run like a bunch of roaches right in the bushes, and the colonizer's gonna be sitting there looking like a
You big dummy.
and it's gonna be so goofy because I'm gonna be pointing out how goofy their story is. Goofy ass stories according to history. The fortress was made completely out of wood. Outside wall, thick palisade. This was Boney's command post. His ammunition was also housed here, which includes guns, pistols, and cannons. That boy had it. Hey. So it was a fairly large island with villages, and Fort Buku was used as army barracks and a refuge against the Dutch colonial army attacks. The swamp itself was fairly deep, and an adult-sized male was standing chest-high water in the swamp. You can imagine how vulnerable the army was. They tried to capture Fort Buku. Here's an image of soldiers trying to take Fort Buku. The sketches from the period book by John Gabriel Stedman. Yeah, the book this actually is the last book I purchased right here. I'm only probably about 100 pages. So long, man.
Au bon sauvage. Au négré l'Amérique.
Come on, man. Cut it out, man. Bro, he got a cookie bush. He got a fro, bro. They don't wear fros in Africa, bro. It's not African. See, man, hey, y'all, they got me. I said I wasn't going to be doing all this, man. These people need to cut this out, man. Oh, Lord. This is a book from the time, y'all. This is not a new book. This book of cover. I got the book in my living room right now, man. The book is like from the 60s. It's not gonna be. man, this is so hilarious to me, man. God dang, bro, this is so funny. This is so funny, man. See, that's what I'm saying. I got thick skin. Like some of my people so scared about this out of Africa story, man. They be ready to cry when they hear these words and hear about Negroes and slaves and stuff. But it's funny to me because I know they lying about a lot of stuff. And when I see the illustrations from the time, I just be cracking up, bro. This shit be having me laughing, bro. I ain't scared to do this. See, people that be so scary, they scared to do this research. This shit be funny to me for real. And you be learning the truth for real. And like you slow down, you take a look at it all without listening to what somebody else got to say, man. It's hilarious, bro. It say below is a picture of the area where Fort Buku stood. Look at that shit. Look like some shit around here where I stay at. There is a little left of the fortress itself because it was made of wood. But you can maybe get an idea of the size and landscape. The middle area is the swamp. Right is the shore from which the Dutch colonial army came. And to the left is the camp where Fort Buku stood. As you can see, it must have been quite an undertaking. Yup, bring y'all ass up here. The Nagas got in there just fine. The Juke and they canoes, they got up in Fort Buku just fine, no problems. The Dutch though,
You big dummy.
any problems, they had issues. Here's a map by the Dutch colonial army. For the swamp, it's the Dutch camp. Look at this Fort Buku over here. Fort Buku, kill it, man. Them indigenous, see, these is not escaped slaves, bro. Come on, bro. How could these be? They escaped and went right across the street, right across the swamp.
You big dummy.
These people was already over there, man. The Dutch brought their goof ass over here, pulled up on our shore, and they made a camp. And they said, oh, there go the Nicholas over there, man. Let's make our own story right now, man. The Dutch pulled up in the ship. No, this the truth. I'm finna use my own comments. The Dutch pulled up in their funky ship, and they made tents and camps, pop up tents and shit. And they look across the swamp, and they say, oh, there goes the village. There go the Nicholas right over there. Let's see if we can go enslave them. Come on, man. Come on, man. You mean to tell me escaped slaves got time to go build this shit here bigger than the Dutch camp? They escaped slaves, but they got time to go build a whole fort bigger than 3 times the size of the Dutch camp across the swamp. It was already there, man. We got to start letting people lie to us, man, and use our own common sense, man. The Dutch had to draw a map because the Dutch just got here. The Dutch just got here, made they funky little camp. And they say the Nagas right over there across the swamp. They had to draw it out they had to map it, my Naga. Truth right in our face, even when they lie to us. Cause when you a lie so goofy, you go outside and somebody tell you that the sky is red and you looking right up and it's blue, you ain't have to hear him say the sky was blue. You can sit there and listen to him lie to you and say the sky red, and you can look at it with your own eyes and see it's blue. And you can look at this map with your own eyes and you can see these colonizers was just getting here and they was mapping out what they saw and they was trying to go enslave the indigenous Nagas. They said those are Negroes. They got to be from Africa. Doomed diverses. I don't need a colonizer to tell me the truth. He can lie to me and tell me the sky red. I'm going to go right out there and I'm going to see it's blue. There was only one way to safely reach Fort Buku, and that was over a secret path which was created underwater. So they escaped slaves from Africa, huh? They had time to create an underwater path and a whole man. Y'all don't cut this bullshit out. We're gonna point out every lie. So they created that underwater path, secret path, been there probably for thousands of years, made by the Juka tribe, my Naga, so that it was not visible from shore. In addition, Boney made some dummy paths.
You big dummy.
Ah, boy, let it marinate. Let it marinate, my Naga.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy.
Morning mama was no slave and all this shit. Morning mama was fine. Wonder Mama ain't run through the woods all them lies covering up these indigenous people, man. Wonder was proud of. They trying to, the colonizer trying to take credit for being Boney father. Lying. I don't believe that. His mother got raped by a colonizer. Stop lying. That man was the chief. Damn. They said dummy paths, which ended in the middle of the swamp. They ran their ass in the middle of on a goose chase on the dummy path. The colonial army's first attempt at capturing Fort Buku ended in an embarrassing defeat for the Dutch colonists. Boney captured these soldiers who could not get away and executed them. Oh Lord, these niggas executed their ass, man. They say the colonists couldn't get away. Niggas took their guns and executed them. That's why they don't teach us this. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for them. The Dutch colonial government decided to change strategies and basically bought hundreds of slaves when they promised freedom after the mission was successful. They were called the Ready Moso. The Redimusu, which means red hat because of the color of their uniforms. Wait a minute, peep this. They couldn't have been indigenous people now. The color of their uniforms, the Redimusu, the red, which means the red hat. Because who were these slaves? Was these indentured slaves? Wait a minute, what color? They got some red and blue on them. The Redimusu, who is they? To this day, and look, which means red hat because of the color of their uniforms. Redimusu to this day is an insult signifying traitor. Oh, so they ain't buy slaves. They bought some traitors, some indigenous cons. Say, you know what? Well, maybe they was on red men. Maybe they was fake red men. You know. All they did say American Indians enslaved other American Indians and sold them to Europeans, and Europeans enslaved American Indians and sold them themselves, right? So is the bottom the Redimusu? I think the bottom is. Oh, I got a new code word for Native. I'm finna do a Redimusu video, and I'm gonna have the Native Americans on that bitch.
You big dummy.
Sit your $5 ass down.
The fake Native American, the fake Cherokee is gonna be like, "What's a Redimusu?" Yeah, I'll be like, "Y'all ain't from America." Y'all don't know the culture. It's an insult signifying traitor. However, it's not the Pan-Africans Redimusus, the Moors Redimusus. It's not like they had much of a choice. Yeah, they did. They stand with the Most High Managa. The Dutch colonials used slaves before to fight Maroons, but a lot of them either ended up escaping, joining the Maroons, or turning their hands against the Dutch colonial army. So the promise of freedom, they hoped to gain more loyalty from the slaves, and it worked. Wait a minute, promising freedom? How, when they can just trade up? I don't believe this. After a long siege of 5 months, the second attack, boasted by the Redimusu, was a success insofar as it destroyed Fort Buku. However, Boney and most of his soldiers managed to escape, and in fact, they continued attacking plantations not long after they lost Fort Buku. This is obviously a short version of a story full of intrigue, twists, and turns, worthy of a movie. And I agree. Salute. That's the best thing this person said. Some Aluku descendants having fun at backyard gatherings. These knockers, man. I ain't gonna even maybe I'll play it and mute it. Yeah, cons, Managa, our people, Managa, our family, Managa. Drive up. Look at the cards, man. Indigenous draws. indigenous drums, not African drums. Look at the drums, my naga. I gotta go to Suriname, my naga. I gotta go down there with the people, my naga. That's like before I die, my naga. I gotta visit Suriname, my naga. Suriname might not be on everybody's bucket list. It's on mine though. Blackjack for the culture, my naga. They try to brainwash our people. They want to keep us. They want to keep us from our past. Juka, slave uprising. Juka, the Tempati rebellion. We ain't gonna read this one right now. One of them same dances. I got this picture right here. Got that picture. That's not an African dance, my naga. The Tempati uprising of 1757. We're gonna get into that one next time, y'all, man. I'm Blackjack. This is House of Cons, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting, man. Appreciate everybody in the house. Salute to my naga JJ. Hey, we out, y'all. Peace.